Hello and welcome to The Tech Boy, This Week in Tech podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the This Week in the Tech Boy podcast. This episode is sponsored by Pescu. But we'll get into our reviews of their devices this week, and this completely waste of time and garbage spy watch that this is, and we'll get into how this is a piece of junk later. But yeah, so let's welcome everyone else to the stream, and I will first share this stream with everyone. Hello to our first viewer. Yeah, so we have plenty of products to talk about today. We got some walkie-talkies from Bearthing. We got MP3 player from Pescu, and another MP3 player / radio from Pescu. So as I'm sharing this, I guess I can talk about the. Am I still live? Yeah, there you go. I can talk about the this radio here, right? Yeah, so let's get into this. All right, so this radio here, simple radio, $12. It's portable, so it has this hand strap here. Okay, it supports regular batteries, but it comes with a rechargeable battery. For some reason, it charges with USB Type B charging cable. So, I mean, if you need an extra TI-84 plus CE, if you need a TI-84 plus CE charging cable, someone's banging on the door right there. It comes with it, so that's great. All right, then you got a has an antenna that extends, but you don't really need it all the way to go up. And it has 4 modes. You got FM, AM, and shortwave radio, and then MP3. So in order to use it, what you do is you turn it on. So the on button is at the top. And it's displaying the test file that came on the MP3 player from a card, from a MP3 player card. So if you want to play FM radio, so I'm going to you click the FM button, and then you type in the station that you want to hear. So I want to hear, say, 105.7. That's our Christian radio station. So you just type in 105.7 really fast, 1057. And then I'm going to turn the volume back on.
I'm not talking about it being a manageable schedule all the time. There are things that you're going to have to experience.
And then for the same thing, you got AM radio, so sports radio 610, and then shortwave, you can also do the same thing. And then for more complete tuning, you can go through and hit this here, and it will go through all the channels. So there's 790, 740. Pretty good player. And then you can also play MP3s through your
Are you going to continue? No, you're going to stay here. Okay.
You can play MP3s through your SD card slot and your USB flash drive. Yeah, so there's that. All right. We also reviewed the Pescu MP3 player, the legitimate MP3 player, and it was pretty good. I actually liked it. I mean, it did what it was supposed to do. Its gaming performance was horrendous. I installed Madden on it for someone, and then they started playing it, and all the players started turning like black triangles. So they started turning into black triangles because of how slow it was. But the music quality was really good. Seriously, there's this version of the national anthem on here that had like all 2 verses, well, verses 1 and 4, and it was really good. You could hear the music, you could hear the sound. Yeah, so I'm going to pull up that review for us here. It's the Pescu M4, I think. Let me check. Make sure it's the M4, not the M5. All right, so here it is on the screen. This could be the M4 or the M5. Doesn't really matter. It has a 5-inch screen, right? It's a really good MP3 player. So it supports up to 1 TB of storage on the external SD card. It has I think it's 32 gigabytes of internal storage, right, and a 3,000 mAh battery. Now, first thing when I saw that size and then saw the battery specs listed on the back of the box, I was like, why is it so small? Because like it was really thick. It was like half an inch thick. But then I turned it on, and the sound was really loud. Okay, I mean it was super loud, right? It averaged 81 decibels from the speakers from my phone sync, which is really good. Okay, that's like probably louder than my phone actually gets. It fills the room, right, and you can actually hear stuff. Okay, and then it has 3 buttons on the side. So it has the power button, which is at the top, and then two volume buttons, and then 4 buttons, and then the what's it called? The recorder button. And I thought, okay, I thought it might be a button that could like control the MP3 player, which I really like, because that recorder was trash. I mean, it was an atrocity. Okay, that recorder was garbage. Okay, so don't use it for sound recording. Okay, it had 3 modes. First of all, the software looked like it was from 2006. It had only 3 modes was high quality, low quality, and medium quality. Okay, it comes out of the box on medium quality, which is trash, and then you can change it to high quality, which is like trash, but like less trash. Okay, it's running Android 8.1 Oreo with the Play Store, and it's running like a little custom skin, right? So there's no like app drawer or anything. It's just running the stock UI, whatever. But the Chinese software was kind of weird. It did ask it to get the location to change the time with the weird pop-up. And for some reason, it turned off after like 10 to 15 minutes of 10 minutes of inactivity. And you have to go change the end of setting. Like, why would you want your phone, because it's basically set and programmed as a phone, to turn off after 5 minutes of inactivity? 10 minutes of inactivity. And then there's the let's see, what else is this MP3 player? There was no camera for some reason. I didn't get it. I mean, it is $60, but still, I mean, dang, no camera. It's kind of sad, in my opinion. Using it is easy. You can play high quality photos and videos. The video player looks like it's from 2006. Okay, it does have USB-C cable, which is good. So it does have USB-C cable, split screening, and like blue and a radio on it. So and a headphone jack. So those are all things that the iPhone 14 doesn't have, and it's like 5 times in the iPhone 14. So I mean, that's good. That's 10, 12, 13 times cheaper. Honestly, okay, it's not a powerhouse. It does have an ebook reader. It can download books from Project Gutenberg, and that worked well. I downloaded the KJV Bible. But when I tried to download it on my computer and then transfer it over, like normal MP3 players, you download the songs and videos on your computer and transfer them over. It didn't work for some reason. And then final thing, the web browser on there is okay. Don't use it. It's a piece of junk. Thankfully, it does have the Play Store, so I guess you could install Google or Chrome if you wanted to. I'm not sure how well the performance should be, because although the performance inside the apps was snappy and everything, it's optimized for the music playing. Like if you try anything else, it's not gonna work. Like that browser, terrible. It loaded my website as a full text page, and I'm surprised it actually was able to load my website. It could barely load Google. Okay, if you can't load Google, website that's been around for literally 6 years, then I mean you're screwed. Okay, yeah. So yeah, that is the Pescu Mp3 review. Pretty good. And then speaking of things that aren't pretty good, we got to talk about these Cobra walkie-talkies. I mean, these are borderline scams at this point. They're pieces of junk. Hopefully you can see this on the screen. Okay, I bought new walkie-talkies to replace these, and they cost $18 in Veilving. These cost me $50. It's a pack of 3. $50 from Best Buy. And the only good thing about these walkie-talkies is that they give me great rechargeable batteries for my Veilving walkie-talkies, which are better. Okay, we can talk about those later. Okay, these things promised to have a 25-mile range just out in the forest somewhere. That is not true. Absolutely, positively not true. Okay. Second of all, these walkie-talkies promise to give me 2 to 3 mile range, the 3 mile range in the city. Okay, I live in the city. I tested this for my house and had some, and it got to me a 6.64 mile range and then cut out transmission. And you might be thinking, well, okay, 0.64 miles, this might be the best, clearest quality transmission that has ever been heard on a walkie-talkie. No. First of all, they make you talk way too close to this microphone hole. Second of all, every button you push is beep, 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 beep. It is super loud, okay? Like, there's no discretion, okay? And it also undercuts its, like, transmission range by, like, 3, 4, honestly, okay? Piece of junk, honestly. Yeah, overpriced. Like, I got those Bayer things for $18, which means a pack of 3 of those should cost $9. I can buy 2 packs of them for, like, $36, but they did come with batteries, so I can see how it could even out. But no, don't buy these pieces of junk. Okay, they do say that they're water resistant, and I'm sure they are. I just probably wouldn't be able to notice because the transmission, while it's underwater, will probably sound the same thing as the transmission above ground. Would not recommend. Okay, yeah, so those are our headlines for today. We talked about some walkie-talkies and our Pescu Mp3, and then next week we will have our review of the Pescu FAS2 radio coming out here, and we just read out the transmission range and capabilities. So it can go from FM 70 to 108, AM 520 to 120, and shortwave 230 to 21.95 megahertz. Okay, now speaking of those big thing, also I forgot to mention, it does have a headphone jack, charging, and that's it. So now speaking of those big thing walkie-talkies, they do have USB-C. Unfortunately, there's no charger. So this is the one instance in which I would rather it not have USB-C. Speaking of USB-C, which this does not have, this thing is a piece of junk, and I am planning on returning it. You may be thinking, hey, why TechBoy do you think this thing is junk? Okay, first of all, the program on here to change the time got flagged as by AVG as malware. That's right. They loaded malware onto this spy watch. Okay. Second of all, whoever designed this software on the watch, I mean, it's horrendous. Okay. So there's this screen here, right? And you're thinking, okay, there's a nice little screen, right? But if you want to activate spy mode, right, you have to hold down the power button for 3 seconds. 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. And now it's in spy mode. So now I can take pictures by clicking this button here. Audio by clicking that button there. And then videos by clicking this button here. You have to hold it down. Pretty standard, right? No, because this thing is going to go away for 15 minutes, right? So the screen's going to go away. And then you have to hold that button down to activate spy mode again. Also, it charges over micro USB, so I'm not happy about that either. So now look, the screen is off. But let's say after a few minutes, it's going to go away and go back to that home screen, right? That is dumb. Because let's say I'm wearing the watch and I'm on hour and I say, oh, wait, there's a criminal crossing the street right there. I need to covertly take a picture. Oh, wait, let me hold this button down for 3 seconds. And then, oh, wait, okay, I got to click this. And then on top of that, instead of aiming the camera, I don't know, right here where your wrist would actually go so you can actually have a sense of where you are aiming. No, absolutely not. Can't have any of that, right? I mean, no, you got to aim it because the camera's like right here, like that. But of course, that means you're upside down, which means you probably have to aim it like this. It's completely stupid. Piece of junk, honestly, okay? Now, I'm aware of how this this works, right? But I mean, honestly, you could do better. I mean, let's look at the competition here, right? Here's the competition on Amazon. Okay, so these are, toys. Those are junk because the videos don't work, right? Now here we have here. This actually one makes some sense. Now, sure, you do have to hit it, like aim it, but I mean, at least you don't have that stupid screen, though. You can it's always on, right? Okay, here I don't know how the software works or anything, right? It's a toy, but I mean it's garbage, honestly. So, like, this watch doesn't really do anything. But you know what does do something? The S24 Ultra. And I really, really want an S24 Ultra. Okay? Like, my phone is good, but the S24 Ultra would just make my phone experience so much better. And we've already talked about that. Like, the battery life apparently is so good on the S24 Ultra. Better heat management. Now, Mr. Who's Boss did say that the signal wasn't good, so that's not good. But I'm not sure if maybe it's his network. He's over there in the UK, so you could have gotten a bad model. I'm pretty sure. Is he stuck with Exynos? I'm not sure. And of course, you got those AI features, which I did hear the AI is coming to the S23 Ultra, which means I could get a S23 Ultra phone. S23 Ultra phone for way less. I mean, you can get those for $400 or $500 now. So, I mean, maybe I'll be able to pick one up. Some of my Amazon money together, you know, it would be cool because I make the news videos there. There you go. Here is our Mr. Boss review.
Only I get them much cheaper. I save hundreds of dollars a month by...
The Galaxy S24 Ultra has had a controversial launch.
Oh my god, AI? That's amazing. Wait, did they just make the cameras worse? 7 years of software support, are you kidding? This chipset is a thermal nightmare.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I've been seeing it, I've been reading it, while I have also been testing it. This is my definitive review of Samsung's flagship phone of the year, the S24 Ultra.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to say. I did wish it had curved screens because it makes Samsung, special, I guess. It did stick out. Oh, we got to talk about the OnePlus 12 too. OnePlus 12 looks amazing. Now, it does have 4,500 nits of brightness, which, like, where are you going to be where it's so bright? Like, you have to be, like, literally right there for it to be that bright for you to actually activate that mode.
And also whether or not I'm going to be permanently replacing my iPhone for it. So, let's start with the outside. Even though Samsung's...
We all know what the design looks like, right? So, we're just going to skip through this because it's 26 minutes long. Oh, he's talking about the animations here. This is key. This is key.
The moment I try to share the content from them, it just gets compressed beyond belief. It's this kind of stuff. And I honestly came into the S24 Ultra...
Yeah, I don't really use, like, I could care less about Instagram stories and social media and stuff. Like, talking about the camera downgrade, the software is like kind of aggressive. Not aggressive.
In an annoying way. Now more than ever, it really pushes you towards Samsung services, like Samsung Pass to store your passwords. So eventually you just get fed up of it, so you click OK.
Yeah, okay. The cameras are like an iterative upgrade. You got some new AI editing features which feel authentic to them.
It is where it's like you hit the editor, then you hit the generative editor, you do your tweaks, you confirm your tweaks, you wait for about 10 seconds, and then you hit done. It's still a bit long considering that in a big day out, you might take 30 photos. You're not going to do that 30 times. And that is actually a pretty good segue into Galaxy AI in general. What I've been really trying to work out over the last few weeks is, are these AI features actually groundbreaking? Or are they just gimmicks? I'll start with the good news. All of this instant translation stuff, that actually has me buzzing. I've never mentioned this before, but part of my extended family is Italian. And I mean like proper Italian, so it's often not the easiest to communicate. But check this out. This is what I do now. When I enter the chat, it already knows that I'm wanting to talk in Italian, so it's got the Italian translator preloaded. I type my message into that translator, wait a couple of seconds, and then the translated text appears in my WhatsApp chat window, ready to hit send. And the fact that it is...
That's smart, and it is offline, so that's good. Because that means your message is not being sent to servers and it's faster.
Just set it and forget it. The fact that it knows in which chats you want the translation and in which chats you don't, the fact that it works across all your different messaging apps like SMS, WhatsApp, Instagram is...
Google Messages is still not there.
It's absolutely amazing. It means you're going to talk more with people you otherwise might not. It means you're going to be able to express yourselves better. And also, people like being talked to in their own language. It's funny, actually, my sister-in-law was so taken aback by my sudden Italian fluency, she genuinely thought someone had hacked my phone and called my mum to check. Now, it isn't perfect. The translation isn't instant, and Samsung's quality of translation is definitely not as good as Google's. Like, if I type in, "Is this Italian working, BTW?" Samsung gets very confused, whereas Google understands that BTW means by the way, and then makes the translation accordingly. And
well, yeah, but I mean, it wouldn't make sense, in my opinion, to use English acronyms or acoustics in someone else's language, because then it gets lost in translation.
Also better understand if something is a question.
Especially if they're like languages like, say, Russian, where the alphabets are completely different.
Even if you've not explicitly added a question mark. And you are still going to run into dialect problems. Current translation tools are good for simple requests, but actually trying to have a conversational tone is still not quite possible because a lot of things don't translate literally. But first stab, this is pretty awesome because Samsung has now set the precedent for what one day absolutely will be a game changer. The other thing that's been surprisingly useful is the AI summarization features. Like, while I'm on Android, I've always been a Google Chrome user. I'm now actively choosing to use the Samsung browser because of the summaries. I don't use it all the time, but let's say you hop onto a forum discussion post. This AI can actually read everything that every single person has written and then give you a 30-second summary of all the key opinions. And that same
Chrome does that too.
AI technology also helps you out with your notes. I've mentioned this before, but my notes used to be a big old mess because of the chaotic nature.
Yeah, I needed that. I was like, oh man, I really want this. And I wanted to see if you could get like a version of the Samsung Notes app of that. Nah.
Nature of thoughts, and my notes being the way that I keep track of those thoughts, they're the one part of my digital life that's had no trace of organization. But this phone changes that. For starters, while every note would normally be whatever grammar my keyboard spits out in the moment, the AI grammar checker here actually makes those notes feel like way more composed, deliberate thoughts, which then in turn makes you want to look after them and organize them. The way it formats your notes too. Like if I'm writing a list of holiday destinations, the thing will actually categorize them based on continent, which is exactly how I would have done it, but it just would have taken me like 10 times as long. And then to finish the whole thing off, the phone even generates AI-powered covers for your notes.
That's so nice.
Which kind of packages each one into what feels like its own distinct novel, almost. It'll even go through and read through the handwritten writing on those notes for info about what to title the note. Now, I do think the phone should just do this automatically as opposed to you having to click generate, but still, compare this to my iPhone notes library, there is a world of difference. And on that note, yes, there is still an S Pen.
And I would use that daily. Scrubbing for LumaFusion, remote shutter, air commands.
Side of this phone. And for me, it's one of those things that I completely forget it exists 99% of the time. And some part of me wishes Samsung had just swapped it out for an even bigger battery.
No.
Until the 1% of times where I really need it, and I count my lucky stars that it's right there in front of me. There's something that feels very freeform about writing as opposed to typing, which is why whenever I'm ideating, I'll always use my Remarkable tablet. But do you know what? This has kind of absorbed the functionality of that too. Being able to just whip this S Pen out and write, even when my phone's locked so I'm not getting distracted. It pretty much ticks the same box. My only complaint is that I really feel like it should be on this side, given that I imagine most people are going to be writing with their right hands and so would want to take it out from here. I imagine the reason they've done this is the cameras now take up a little bit too much space to put it on that side, but Samsung didn't want to move the cameras because that's become their branding. All right, so then we've got Circle to Search.
It would look kind of weird too.
Which is basically hold the bottom part of your screen and you enter this new mode. This mode where you can take whatever's on your screen, zoom in, zoom out, move around, and when you're ready, circle something. And
wonder how this would work for, say, like, apps like Snapchat, which don't let you screenshot. Apparently, I'm sophisticated and do not procure in Snapchat. Anyway, let's say if this would work, because maybe the phone wouldn't know that you're trying to take a screenshot.
Google will tell you what it is.
Or like banking app.
And for the first 5 days of using this phone, I actually completely forgot this feature existed. Because, your default is to use your phone.
Interesting. He's using a S20 Ultra here, 4 Ultra, and then he has his iPhone Watch, Apple Watch.
The way you already know how to use your phone. Circle to search requires a very conscious shift in how you think about searching. But when it clicked for me, it clicked hard. This feature is absolutely incredible. You see a photo of a cool product and you want to know what it is? Circle. You see a photo of a phone you don't recognize? Circle. You want to rebuy whatever flowers are in the house? Circle to find out exactly what they are. You see a photo of the most beautiful hotel view? Circle it to find out exactly which hotel it is. And I am continuously surprised at how accurate it is. It's very easy for a feature like this to just be a gimmick. This is actually based on something Google made years ago called Now on Tap, where you hold down your home button and your phone tells you exactly what's on your screen.
Full assistant.
It was a gimmick then, but the seamlessness, how it doesn't exit the app you're currently in, meaning you can find out what you want to find out and with one swipe be back where you were. The fluidity, how you can circle, you can scribble, you
I like those colors.
can just tap, and the phone always seems to get what you're trying to highlight. And then the intelligence of the results makes this, I'm going to say, game-changer category. Like just yesterday, this is going to sound like one of the most first world situations ever. We got this snack in my kitchen on the opposite side to where I was sitting. I just remembered we were running out of that snack and I wanted to top up, but I couldn't remember what they were called. So pulled out my Samsung, zoomed all the way into that snack, entered Circle to search, and within about 5 seconds, that exact
Wow, that's amazing. High tech right there.
product was in my Amazon basket. Now, obviously, that's a dumb example, but I think it kind of illustrates how Circle to search almost opens the floodgates to what becomes searchable. It makes your phone genuinely feel like your own personal, interactive interface with the world. And now picking up my iPhone, which doesn't have it, it feels old school. And then the final AI feature that I like is the instant slow-mo. It's a top-tier idea with good execution. It just needs a bit of polish. Sometimes
Yeah, it looks like it's dropping a few frames. Oops.
when you use it, the video will either lag at the start till the phone catches up, or create weird artifacts as it's not quite able to insert the perfect in-between frames when slowing videos down. Okay,
Yeah,
all that said,
using math to like figure out what's going to happen.
there is some stuff that I don't like the live call translation, which is significantly worse than the text message translation. Basically because it's the same thing, but all of a sudden has to happen in real time. To be clear, I'm really glad Samsung's made this. It just needs to get better. Let me give you an example. I'm trying to decide between pineapple on pizza and pineapple on pasta. What do you think I should go for?
Penso che dovresti andare in galera. I think you should go to jail.
Oh yeah, and if you're enjoying this video, then a sub to the channel would be...
Jeans, wait a moment.
Ah yes, jeans.
You could just use my mum, maybe.
What? That's not what you were trying to say, right? So do you have a sub to the channel word?
Fantastic, wonderful, the best YouTube channel.
Yes! We got there.
Right.
There's also some more general caveats worth bearing in mind for all of this AI stuff. One, that a lot of Samsung's AI is actually based on Google tech. And so even some of the things that Samsung made seem like an exclusive almost definitely will not stay that way for very long. Two,
Yeah.
that a lot of these AI features aren't actually going to require you to buy the S24s, which is a good thing, but it's just purposefully not being made clear so you feel like you need to buy the new thing. And then three is the fine print, the little disclaimer that we all knew would pop up as soon as we found out that a lot of these AI features are relying on Samsung's online servers. That the online AI features are only going to be free until the end of 2025.
I think they might change that too.
I don't like it. Because, you know, the company comes on stage and they say, our new phone does this amazing thing. And like these S24 phones, they're expensive. So naturally, most people are going to assume that price is your price of entry to use those features. That's how it's worked with every single phone up until this point. So having this hidden charge to use...
Well, not necessarily. I mean, iPhone should be like, oh, we got this iCloud storage. So, you know.
headline feature you're launching your phone with doesn't sit well with me. And yes, Samsung is taking on extra cost from the servers they're going to have to use to host these AI requests. I get that.
8 Gen 3 Snapdragon with AI built into it. I mean, it should be able to, you know.
But then either don't release the feature till it can run without that, or don't sell it as a feature of the phone, because it's not then, it's a feature of your servers. And yes, they're saying the AI will be free till the end of 2025. But if anyone buys this phone now, then even if you're just on a short 24-month plan, you will still just enter the period where you will have to hand over your credit card details for what could well be yet another monthly subscription.
These games are so weird.
On top of the monthly fees you're already paying for your data, on top of the price of the phone.
It's like that pin thing, that humane pin is like $700 plus like mobile data subscription plus like another mobile data subscription for an actual phone that you're actually going to use.
Okay, I've had my moan. So final couple of things before we bring this all together. In case I didn't already make this clear, this is also the fastest Samsung I've ever used. But what happens when you push it? Well, I have recently come to the realization that the PlayStation 2 can finally be properly emulated on Android phones.
So it's 3 generations behind.
And bear in mind, emulation is a very resource-intensive task, because it's not just that your phone has to run a game, it's actually that it has to use its power to simulate a completely different set of hardware that the game was originally designed to run on. But this thing can do it. This phone is powerful enough that I was plain sailing through my entire childhood library of PS2 games, including upscaling
Look at that square right there.
them to run in HD, and that is about as demanding a thing as you can ask a phone to do. Now,
I wonder if we can run Windows on it.
that in itself is kind of a sore spot too, because I do really want to start seeing phone companies not just dropping a load of big numbers in our lap and saying, here you go, have fun, but actually helping to create reasons for that power to exist.
Exactly. That's why I really want virtual machine applications to come to Android, especially Android tablets. Like actual, not like Limbo PC emulator. I mean like Android 15 or 14 phones running it.
Like, I don't know, work with Rockstar to bring GTA 5 to the phone.
And she was just coming. My God.
So what we have here is this phone that can run the games and stuff. But I don't really care about games. I want it to be doing like productive stuff on here. And this is going to transition us to our period, which, and I guess we can do the big reveal later if he switches to the phone. I got a real actual Wi-Fi hacking antenna with USB-C, and I was able to hack into my Wi-Fi network. Finally, thank goodness. You know what's next. So I'm gonna put up virtual VM workstation, which isn't supposed to be used for commercial use. Hopefully they don't arrest me. Yeah. And we're gonna do some cybersecurity stuff. So let's see here. So this is a USB-C alpha antenna here. It also comes with a clip, so you can put it on top of your computer. It's in this USB-C. I can plug it into this USB-C on my phone, laptop, sorry. But it also comes with this clip here, which turns into USB-A. So that was really smart of them. And you have to make sure to install the correct drivers. It's online. You don't have to go to like Shade to download them from a disk or anything. It's pretty easy for me. So I'm telling you, it finally works. Finally, something actually happened that worked without me having to like install random dependencies and go to like the deepest depths of the internet just to get my stupid little antenna working again. Just have to like screw it on. Then you got these like antennas here. It works over 5 gigahertz. I was able to hack my 5 gigahertz network on the first try. I mean, it stupid. Oh my gosh. There you go. And when it's on, it has this like blue light. It's kind of like fighting me right now. You kind of have to put the USB-C cable in the right way. Even though there's no right way, you got to put it in alpha setup, I think. Okay. Maybe I'll do the regular USB mode just because I don't know. There you go. So I'm going to plug it into here. Let's pick our hacking article. Let's see. Hacking Wi-Fi tools. Let's use Wi-Fi. Here we go. Wi-Fi 2. It's on GitHub. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. And we'll put the commands in. All right, I'm starting on my Kali distro. Hopefully you can see the screen. And I'm just going to show you the beauty of this technology. So here you go. I wonder if we can hack with WPA2 because that's what we have. So what you gotta do is you click these commands. I'm just logging into my Kali network here. Did I tell you guys this is my first spy chase since 2019? Yeah, so I learned my lesson to always look at satellite images for good escape routes beforehand. You know, take that at heart, kids who are out there listening and wondering what the heck I'm talking about. So remember, kids, if you want to go into that business. Okay, it's loading. Let's see what we have on our phone. Okay. Okay, so our Kali network thing is loading, and as it is loading, let us talk about the OnePlus 12. Okay, not the 12R, let's talk about the 12. Let's learn more about this phone here. Okay, I mean, I asked OnePlus for this phone, and they wouldn't give it to me, so. Okay, it redefines the meaning of smooth, seamlessly bring blah, 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 blah. Okay, so it has great animations, which, I mean, that's great, but could you figure out how to animate your website? Maybe it's my virtual machine. Okay, got the 8 Gen 3. Okay, we got 16 gig. Okay, like last year, 98% faster AI performance. Well, I mean, that is completely true, probably because the last year's chip didn't have any AI performance cores. Like none, because it wasn't an AI chip. Okay, 30% faster CPU performance. Wow, 100% faster read. 512 gigabytes of storage and a 5,100 milliamp battery. I mean, this is honestly the S24 Ultra's equal, except for the what's it called? It's S Pen. Has some better cooling speeds. And now you can also type in the rain, which is good. I needed that yesterday. Let's see what I have here. I wonder what's faster, because my phone's been lagging. So like fast app launches and smooth switching matters to me. Smooth screens matters to me. Okay, let's see what kind of camera system we have. Okay, we got an ultra-wide camera system. All right, wide, and then 3 times zoom, and then a light identifier. So that's just there for show, I guess. Like, I mean, it's there, but it's not like a 4 lens camera system or anything. Okay, and then we got, okay, let's see. One, there's our telephoto. Okay, 120. You zoom in 120 times from your puny 3 times optical zoom camera. That. Okay, let's see what we have here. Here is our. Oh, they won't even show it. I wouldn't show 120 times. It's from a 3 times optical zoom camera. I mean, that's literally like me zooming in 120 times from an S20 Ultra, which you kind of could do. But I mean, that was 4 years ago. I mean, come on, show some respect. Put a 5 times zoom camera on here, maybe a 10. Okay, master mode. Okay, this Hasselblad Corporation is thing is weird. Okay, HDR, DSLR portrait. Okay, it can charge to Oh, finishes charging in 30 minutes. I mean, that's great. That's almost better than removable battery. Removable battery here. We were listening through the Adventure Odyssey, the episode where Maury Rydell traps Emily and Matthew in the escape room, right? And Suzu's phone, and this episode was released in 2019. The way they get out is they use Suzu's phone as a reed switch to unlock the door. And then they also make a reed switch from the inside with some chemicals and stuff. Right. Well, I mean, it is 2019. What removable battery phone is you having there? No. Granted, Suzu is from Japan, so maybe they have like different technology there than they do in the United States. But it honestly doesn't make sense that she has a removable battery phone. It's not like kids are like running around, using Galaxy X covers. It's kind of weird. I mean, Adventure Odyssey has always been at the forefront of technology. I mean, in the 80s, they had people like war dialing into which end to like hack into the modem, and then they also had people. They had a voice to text AI thing called computer program called Mabel. Okay, this is in 1989 in real time. That in Odyssey time. Odyssey time is kind of weird. Okay, in 2000 they had like this virus implanted on the Imagination Station, which is a 3D, Imagination Station, 3D like virtual reality machine. I actually invented this thing called Imagination Station Theory. I think it's over on the OdysseyBoy.blogspot.com, where since it's the 80s, kids can see like these like Roblox-like characters being rendered from a supercomputer, and think, oh wow, like these blocky, it looks so real, but then it gets progressively better. Anyway, yeah. And then they also have the Imagination Station, the 3D virtual reality thing. Like the Tech and Odyssey is kind of weird. All right. In like 2019, there's this episode where they track someone in the Imagination Station, except it's fake. It's virtual. Like there are no walls or anything. So it's like virtual reality inside of a thing. Okay, let's see what our article is about Imagination Station theory. Okay, let's see. Oh man, I remember these days when we were waiting for Rydell episodes, and you can't even see. I remember these days when we were waiting for Rydell episodes in like 2020. I was like, oh man, I can't wait. Now they're coming out. We got Adventures in Odyssey 2012. Episode 1000 is coming out. Oh man, 2022 was a great year for me in terms of Odyssey. So it's the Tech of Odyssey. Yeah, so like it's kind of weird. Like Odyssey's always been tech forward, tech positive, like super advanced, and now this kid is like running around with a removable battery phone in like 2019. Okay, like maybe in 2002, you had this ultra high definition 5G Novabox style phone, right? And let's get to see, did our Kali just still load up? Okay, let me log in here. You know what? We can do this next week. Yeah. So God bless. Bye.